This is the peanut butter hot cocoa mix I was telling you about. Rich and nutty, creamy, rich hot cocoa combined with nutty peanut butter. It's from Better Goods. It's like $3.99 at Walmart. Might have been $3.97. Really good deal. You get a good amount. Oops. 12 ounces. A little bit just, yeah, I guess I didn't get every last little, and a little bit spouted out when I pushed on it. It came flying out from the air pressure. Anyways, rich and nutty. Peanut butter hot cocoa mix. You add hot milk. I used the coconut milk and some dark chocolate almond milk. Really good. Look at that, dairy free too. It is dairy free, and did you notice that they had two other kinds? They had the white chocolate and the dark chocolate. Did you notice that this one was almost gone? There's only a couple there. I had to reach way back on the shelf. I could hardly reach it. Product of Canada. Woo woo. Thanks, Canada. Went from Canada to Arizona, here to Maine, and I'm drinking it now in my LL Bean authentic cup made in China. They're going back to all made in Maine. Yes, I know it. This is what we were reading from the other day. You want to do a different one? Just really good. You hardly even taste the peanut butter, so the peanut butter's a turn off. It tastes like a really good hot cocoa. You don't even taste the peanut butter. Initially on the first sip, if you're very sensitive and you're aware, you might get a hint of a feeling as though you just might have maybe eaten a Reese's peanut butter cup before you drank it, and you're getting a little bit of that peanut butter taste still. But then the second, third sip, it tastes like a Swiss Miss lovely, extra chocolatey, yummy, yummy. Ooh, pins. The earliest kinds of pins or spikes serving the same purpose as pins were probably thorns or the small bones of fish and other animals. Among the remains found on the sites of prehistoric lake dwellings of Europe are numbers of bone pins. Metal pins have been found in Egyptian tombs, others in the ruins of Pompeii. Roman pins of the commoner sort were repeatedly discovered in excavations around London and may be seen in the British Museum. You think it'd be fun to watch how they make needles? I know, they're so tiny. Yeah, it's interesting. Very cool. It is. I think it's fascinating and really interesting to watch how they do that stuff. And then to go back and see like the first formations or earliest documented use, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really fun to learn about. Peter the Cruel. The use of pins did not become general in England until the reign of Edward I. Anne of Austria, wife of Richard II of England, has been credited by some authorities with introducing this indispensable accessory of dress to the English. According to others, the earliest record dates from 1347 and is a charge of 12,000 pins for the outfit of Johanna, daughter of Edward III, who was betrothed to Peter the Cruel. These pins are thought to have been made of common metal. By 1399, the art of pin making was already highly developed, and soon after Richard III began to reign, an act was passed prohibiting certain merchandises to be brought into this realm, ready wrought, pins being among them. Wow, so they were banning pins. They were prohibiting certain merchandises to be brought into this realm, ready wrought. That's an interesting little paragraph there. The majority of the pins of this period of bronze are of bronze, but a few of copper and one of iron have also been discovered. A few have double stems like modern hairpins, and some are the same in form as safety pins. Remember pin cushions? It's snowing! It's snowing! Look at that. First snow I see today. It's the first snow of the season here in Maine, people. I'm so glad you're here to experience that with us. Can you hear it? It's snowing! That's hail. We got hail. Little tiny pieces of hail. Wow, it's coming down good. Oh my goodness, that started fast already. Look how fast it's starting to get thick. All right, so I guess we're doing pins in class. Oh my gosh, look what's over here. Pink eye, conjunctivitis. That's awesome. We were just talking about that the other day. Pinnacles National Monument, a national monument in California established in 1908 to preserve a group of spire-like volcanic rock formations. The monument is situated 35 miles north of King City and covers an area of 12,818 acres. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna do pins. We just had that one recently too. Yeah. Has the donkey. What does the donkey say on it? What does it say? What's this? Says, it appears to me very singular that we three should strike foul and be put out while old Abe made such a good lick. That's because he had the confounded rail to strike with. I thought our fusion would be a short stop to his career. I guess I'd better leave for Kentucky, for I smell something strong around here and begin to think that we are completely skunked. Gentlemen, if any of you should ever take a hand in another match at this game, remember that you must have a good bat and strike a fair ball to make a clean score and a home run. Those would be good ones for class. Above, a cartoon from 1860 which used the game of baseball to symbolize the presidential race. Right is a cartoon of 1880 in which Democrats are shown to be much more energetic than the sluggish Republicans. It's got an elephant laying down over there. He's trying to wrangle up the kicking donkey. Dead sows and bunking broncos. Yeah, and anyways, yes, yummy, yummy. This is so good. Still snowing, yes. First snow of the year, everybody. Congratulations. I should go tell Jamie. Actually, he might still be sleeping. He's still sleeping.
It's not helping affordability, and Donald Trump gave us a breakthrough yesterday. President Trump said yesterday, I will not accept continuing to give hundreds of billions of dollars to money-sucking healthcare insurance companies.
Can you hear it?
Obamacare. I'm going to give the money to the people so they can buy
Sounds like a
better
rain stick.
and cheaper healthcare that broke the Democrats. Obamacare has been exposed for
Oh, wow, it's coming down good. It's kind of sheeting.
At your expense. And I think the government's going to open today because cooler heads are prevailing on the Democratic side. Senator Shaheen, Senator Collins, Katie Britt, and many others. I think we'll have a breakthrough today. Then we'll
it's a wet, slushy hail. It started out. Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, we saw President Trump's post on Truth Social about that for sure last night. So just to be clear, you think today is the beginning of the reopening?
Yeah, today.
See how it's collecting. Yeah, that is going to be wet and slippery. Everyone be careful if you're out driving on the roads.
They've been enriched from 500 to 1,000% increase in stock, while premiums under Obamacare have over doubled. Trump's going to end that.
Senator, let me move on to Arctic frost. You were among those who were tracked and spied on. You just saw that soundbite we played from Chuck Schumer back in 2017, saying that the intelligence community would get back at President Trump at some point. What is your assessment of where we are today with all these dirty political tricks?
Well, here's my assessment. In 2016, James Comey at the FBI led an effort to bring down Donald Trump, to continue a narrative right before the election that Donald Trump was an agent of Russia. That wasn't coming from intelligence, it was coming from Clinton's campaign. Comey was told in 2016 this the Clinton campaign pushing the story that Trump is a Russian agent. They continued Crossfire Hurricane into 2017.
Sorry, I keep looking outside too.
Trump survived. In 2022, right after Trump announced, I'm going to run for 2024 president again, Jack Smith was appointed 3 days after Donald Trump announced he was going to run for president in the 2024 cycle. Within 8 months, they had 91 felony charges in New York, Washington, D.C., Florida, and Georgia against him. It was the second time the FBI and the judicial system was used to try to destroy Donald Trump, and I got caught up in it. Arctic frost was designed to stop his comeback. If Donald Trump had never announced he was running for president in 2024, none of this was happened. They tried to take him down with Crossfire Hurricane. Arctic frost comes along right after he announces for president in 2022. They go after my phone records in 2023, along with 10 other senators. The goal of Arctic frost was to destroy Donald Trump, kill him in the cradle so he couldn't come back, charge him with a bunch of BS all over the country. And here's what I want to know. Was Jack Smith coordinating with Fani Willis in Georgia?
Awesome.
Was he coordinating with Alvin
Actually,
Bragg
it looks
in
like
New
a
York
moth.
to trump up charges so Donald Trump couldn't win in 2024? That to me is a coup. This is the second time the FBI and the Justice Department entered into an effort to have a judicial coup in this country.
This is unbelievable. Why? Why stop Donald Trump? Why such hatred and
They hate it. Trump said, surely the guy he won't win.
Because he's an outsider?
What the FBI, look at he's a threat to liberalism. He's a threat to the status quo. Look at what Strzok and Page said in 2016. Surely to God he won't win. He should lose $100 million to nothing. These are the people in charge. James Comey was told by the CIA, we have intel that Clinton is behind the idea that Trump's a Russian agent. He never told the FISA court that. The man who gave the Steele dossier provided the information, recanted to the FBI in January of 2017, and they still got warrants against Carter Page, acting like he was part of a conspiracy with Trump to help Russia. Now, in 2024, when he announces for the 2024 cycle, within 3 days of saying, I'm going to run again, Jack Smith is appointed special counsel. You have 91 felony charges coming within 8 months, and they come after 10 United States senators' phone records, including mine. If this is not a coup, what would be?
Will anyone be prosecuted here?
God, I hope so.
Senator, we're going to be watching it. You were there the whole time, this 10 years. We will be watching this potential conspiracy. Thank you, Senator. Senator, back with Devin Nunes on this. Stay with us.
Yeah, that tie got a lot of thumbs up. That did too. Kind of like a brooch almost.
Eye bags don't look so good. And let's face it, dark spots and wrinkles aren't so hot either. It's time to face the man in the mirror. Your face needs Particle Face Cream. Now you can face the signs of aging with a simple routine. Takes just 60 seconds a day. All you have to do is wash your face, rub in some Particle, and boom. Your face will look less like that guy and a lot more like this guy. Most men see real results in just a few weeks. Your face won't just look amazing, it'll feel amazing.
Ooh,
just listen to
Achilles
these guys.
heel.
3 weeks in, I just noticed
We are
like this
reading
visible
from
change.
The
If I
Worldly
don't put it on,
Philosophers.
my face almost
This
feels
is a
like
Karl
it's naked.
Marx
Even my
section.
dermatologist said
And
your
so
skin's
it
looking
did,
really
for
good.
all its
Visit
clumsiness.
ParticleMen.com
Marx's
and use
model
the
of the
promo code on your
capitalist.
screen to get
What's that? Oh, the
25%
TV
off.
sound.
Let's face
Kind
it
of
together
annoying.
with Particle. That's ParticleMen.com.
Tommy Copper's shoulder support bra will be your new favorite.
Ooh, look at the snow. Look, it's already accumulating pretty good. We'll read a little section here. Page 155. The Worldly Philosophers by Robert L. Hellbronner. It's a little smudged. I don't know, probably the 1930s. That is really, really good cocoa. It's really good. Library of Congress catalog card number 53-10871. Manufactured in the United States of America by H. Wolfe, WOLFE, Book MFG Company Incorporated, New York, 1953. To Adolph Lowe with deepest respect, and to Joan with deepest love. And so it did, for all its clumsiness, Marx's model of the capitalist world seemed to work, to display a kind of life on its own, given its basic assumptions, the mise en scene of its characters, their motives and their milieu. The situation is presented, changed in a way that was foreseeable, precise, and inevitable. We have seen that these changes are how profits fell, how capitalists sought new machinery, how each boom ended in a crash, how small businesses were absorbed in each debacle by the larger firms. But all this was still within the framework of an abstract world. Now Marx applied his findings on paper to the real world about him. The actual world of capitalism, he said, must also display these trends. He called the trends the laws of motion of a capitalist system, the path which capitalism would tread over future time. And the astonishing fact is that almost all these predictions have come true. For profits do tend to fall in an enterprise economy,
The insight was not original with Marx, nor do profits fall for the reason he gave. We can dispense with the idea of exploitation contained in the theory of surplus value, but as Adam Smith or Ricardo or Mill pointed out, and as many businessmen will vouchsafe, the pressures of competition and rising wages will serve quite as well. Impregnable monopolies aside, and these are few, profits are both the hallmark of capitalism and its Achilles heel, for no business can permanently maintain its prices much above its costs. There is only one way in which profits can be perpetuated. A business or an entire economy must grow. But growth implies the second prediction of the Marxist model, the ceaseless quest for the new techniques. It was no accident that industrial capitalism dates from the Industrial Revolution, for as Marx made clear, technological progress is not merely an accomplishment of capitalism, but a vital ingredient. Business must innovate, invent, and experiment if it is to survive. The business that rests content on its past achievements is not long for its enterprising world. It is interesting to note that recently one large chemical company announced that 60% of its income came from products that were unknown 10 years ago. And come to find, of course, they'd existed for a long time. It is very cool to think about that kind of stuff. And although this is an exceptionally inventive industry, the pattern is typical. The model showed still two more tendencies for capitalism, which have also come to pass. We hardly need document the existence of business cycles over the past 90 years, nor the emergence of giant business enterprise, but we might remark on the daring of Marx's prediction. When Das Kapital appeared, bigness was the exception rather than the rule, and small enterprise. Bigness was the exception rather than the rule, and small enterprise still ruled the roast. To claim that huge firms would come to dominate the business scene was as startling a prediction of 1867 would be a statement today that 50 years hence America will be a land in which small-scale proprietorships will have displaced giant corporations. It was, all things considered, an extraordinary bit of foresight. And note this, all these changes, vast and portentous, whatever that says, portentous, as they were, could not have been unearthed purely by examining the world as it appeared to Marx's eyes, for these are historical changes, slow in their unfolding and stretched out over time, as real but as unnoticeable as the growth of a tree. It was only by reducing the world to a microcosm, and then by observing that microcosm and its speeded up lifespan, that this draft of the future could be apprehended. It was not, of course, exact. Marx thought that profits would not only fall within the business cycle, which they do, but that they would display a long downward secular trend. This does not appear to have taken place. Marx did not stop to consider that the economic particles which he played had feelings and volitions and consciences that could also change, and that they would not therefore behave with the impenetrable predictability of the particles under the chemist's microscope. But for all its shortcomings, and it is far from infallible, as we shall see, the Marxist model of how capitalism worked was extraordinarily prophetic. It is interesting, speaking of behavior, it is interesting sometimes what drives people or motivates people. Doesn't always make it right or morally, ethically, legally. Well, like some of the wise men always said, it's not what you do, it's if you get caught. I don't think that's very good to teach the children. I know, it's just a joke, right? Right, but if you don't have the other, if you just kind of leave that dangling and then push them out into a road with a bunch of crazy people, see what happens. Cheers. I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? You look what? Tired? No. No, I don't feel tired at all. It looks like the snow has already slowed down. Well, we got a little bit. You were here for the start and the finish of the first snow of the year here in Augusta, Maine. It has. It's not snowing anymore. Oh, it is. Yeah, that's gonna be a thin sheet of ice. So yeah, be careful. Is it cold enough to freeze? Maybe later. I mean, on the road. Yeah. We'll see. Cocoa. We're gonna make cookies. We got these to try. We'll let you know how they are. They're affordable and simple. We're gonna do Snickerdoodle cookie mix and cranberry orange. Really good. Yeah, we're gonna make oranges and muffins. You can do bread or muffins with that. We're gonna do muffins. You're welcome. Thank you. You guys just reading some stuff. Is that a mental illness too, or depends on who it is, huh? Right, and who's judging? And why? Exactly. What is it motivated by? What makes it behave the way it behaves? It's a good question. Yeah, he just wanted cereal this morning. He got his big box of strawberry cinnamon toast crunch yesterday. So he had that.
Here, let's step over here. Step right here. Are you a felon?
No, sir. I'm just trying to
Over
say
here.
my name.
Okay.
Because it's,
Have you taken any drugs?
I have medication that time.
You have medication?
Yes, I'm just listening to.
Opiates?
No,
No?
my dentures are good.
I'm not looking at your dentures, I'm looking at your nostrils. Can you search her, please?
Anything on you gonna poke skin cut?
Oh, yeah.
On an arrest, sir. You can't steal a weapon. So the consequences of you lying to me, asking for anything.
No.
Appreciate your help, sir.
You want to detain her?
Yeah, she's.
Yeah, someone was just asking if we could do
You got your keys, but you ain't driving.
I've been drinking like 5
a
hours.
Bible reading, and
You
I
had to
said
drink in 5
yes, we
hours.
can do that. Oh, I don't have my light
Yeah, do
plugged
whatever you
in.
want. Just don't start and drive it.
I think I can do it without the light.
But being on patrol, I routinely arrest
Mamma mia.
because that's firearms. So kind of knowing that, taking that account, like come out here and be proactive and try to take people to jail before they're able to do crimes that hurt other people.
7:45. Sin must be avoided. Page 745. Yeah, in the regular Bible we usually read from. You're welcome. My son, if you have sinned, do so no more, and for your past sins pray to be forgiven. Flee from sin as from a serpent that will bite you if you go near it. Its teeth are lion's teeth, destroying the souls of men. Every offense is a two-edged sword. When it cuts, there can be no healing. Violence and arrogance wipe out wealth. So too a proud man's home is destroyed. Prayer from a poor man's lips is heard at once, and justice is quickly granted him. He who hates correction walks the sinner's path, but he who fears the Lord repents in his heart. Widely known is the boastful speaker, but the wise man knows his own faults. He who builds his houses with another's money is collecting stones for his funeral. A band of criminals is like a bundle of flaming fire, is like a bundle of tow, T-O-W. They will end in a flaming fire. Their path of sinners is smooth stones. The path of sinners is smooth stones that end in the depths of the netherworld. The wise and the foolish differ. He who knows the law controls his impulses. He who is perfect in fear of the Lord has wisdom. He can never be taught who is not shrewd. Shrewd was our word of the day. Yes, shrewd, but one form of shrewdness is thoroughly bitter. What was that they were talking about with shrewd? There was another word attached to it. What was it? I'll think of it in a little bit. One form of shrewdness is thoroughly bitter. A wise man's knowledge wells up in a flood, and his counsel like a living spring. A fool's mind is like a broken jar. No knowledge at all can it hold. What an intelligent man hears. When an intelligent man hears words of wisdom, he approves them and adds to them. The wanton hears them with scorn and casts them behind his back. A fool's chatter is like a load on a journey, but there is charm to be found upon the lips of the wise. The views of a prudent man are sought in an assembly, and his words are considered with care. Like a house in ruins is wisdom to a fool. The stupid man knows it only has inscrutable words. Like fetters on the legs is learning to a fool. Like fetters on the legs is learning to a fool. Like a monocle on his right hand, a fool raises his voice in laughter,
But the prudent man at the most smiles gently, like a chain of gold is leaning, like a chain of gold is learning to a wise man, like a bracelet on his right arm. The fool steps boldly into a house, while the well-bred man remains outside. A boor peeps through the doorway of a house, but a cultured man keeps his glances cast down. It is rude for one to listen at the door. A cultured man would be overwhelmed by the disgrace of it. The lips of the impious talk of what is not their concern. Fools' thoughts are in their mouths. Wise men's words are in their hearts. When a godless man curses his adversary, he really curses himself. A slander besmirches himself. That's a cool word. besmirches. A slander besmirches himself and is hated by his neighbors. And we'll pause there. You're welcome. Thank you. Cheers. Doing very good, thank you. All right, let me see. 36 minutes and 55 seconds. Probably going to shut that off. Yeah, I was just reading that. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. Hopefully, we sure hope so. All right, yeah, just let us know if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns. The facts are the facts, and we're at peace, man. We're just chilling in the great beyond. Help when we can, how we can. We only have so many resources and capabilities, you know? All right, no problem. You're welcome.